What's up, guys? Welcome back for another Pokemon video here on the channel. And today it's going to be a different kind of video. Normally I've only done unboxing videos, but I'm trying to kind of spread my wings a little bit, get into some Pokemon news, Pokemon theories, and kind of expand the types of videos, Pokemon videos that I have on the channel. But today we're talking about evolutions. Obviously, next to Hidden Fates and Champion's Path and Vivid Voltage, all kind of in the news cycle for Pokemon recently. Evolutions has almost tripled in price just over the past week or so. I picked this booster box up and a couple others maybe a month and a half ago for around $120, and I know even before that, even before that, they were going for under $100. So what I want to talk about today is kind of my theory on why the jump has happened, why it has happened and why it has happened so fast. So I kind of made pause. I have notes here written down that I wrote down before the video, but we can kind of, I think we can solely or be thankful to some, just solely one thing, and that's Logan Paul. And some of you may be wondering why I say Logan Paul. Obviously, we all know about a week or so ago he did that first edition booster box, broke the record of how much one was paid, or how much someone paid for one, $200,000. So, some of you may be thinking, why am I saying that? Does that scenario have something to do with evolutions? And this is kind of my thought process behind that, right? What Logan Paul did in that 2-3 hour stream has made Pokemon pop culture again, right? The amount of influence that kid has on the pop culture of the country is incredible, right? And it's something that's only possible nowadays with the internet, right? And we have also people such as Logic kind of getting into it, spent a couple $100,000 on a first edition Charizard. People like Justin Bieber showing interest, things like that, right? And obviously, I would say it kind of started even before Logan Paul with Gary Vee a little bit, but the influence that Logan Paul has compared to Gary Vee in the demographics of teens and young 20s is just not comparable. So let me kind of explain my thought process behind why Logan Paul opening up a first edition booster box equates to evolutions almost tripling in value. So, right, obviously there's a supply and demand issue going on with Pokemon right now. We see that with the newer sets, Hidden Fates. Well, it's not a newer set, but it started kind of with Hidden Fates and obviously rolled into Champion's Path, and now even Vivid Voltage. Pokemon has put out, or some of the distributors have put out, that Vivid Voltage is going to be released similar to Champion's Path in different waves, and I can only assume that's due to the demand. So traditionally, collectors, right, collect old things, and the old thing in Pokemon would be base set, right, first edition, or shadowless, or unlimited base set. Anything base set, obviously, right, is obviously what is the collectible thing in Pokemon. It kind of started way before Logan Paul, but what he did has taken essentially all of base set, whether it be first edition or even unlimited at this point, out of the reach of the average Joe collector, right? Me, myself, a military man, well into my career, I make a good living, support my household. We built this beautiful house, right? I'm doing fairly well for myself. And I couldn't even imagine buying a pack, one booster pack of Pokemon Unlimited base set, something that I used to buy hundreds of when I was a child 20 years ago. So what's the next best thing, right? Yes, I've seen some people speculate that Jungle and Fossil may possibly take that role, right? And their values are up there as well. I believe last time I've checked, their booster boxes are going, around 20, under 20. First edition maybe a little bit more than that, but that's still somewhat in and someone in my position's reach to kind of purchase that. But what's the reason that that's not kind of filling the place of base unlimited? It's this guy right here, right? Even though you can consider Fossil and Jungle kind of part of the, original 151, it's the nostalgia, right? And that is what people, at least in my generation, right? I'm 30 years old. I'd say anyone from 25 to 35 years old, if you're in Pokemon right now, you are chasing the nostalgia, right? That is what you're trying to get back. Everything that we remember from being a child. And you're not going to be able to do that with Jungle or Fossil, because what everyone remembers from childhood is Charizard. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this, right? So the next best thing would be evolutions. Why? We all pretty much know why. It's essentially a reprint of base set. Or I wouldn't even say a reprint. It's a remake of base set, right? And even though the card's a little bit different, right? It has the evolutions set logo here, right? But it's still the traditional artwork holographic Charizard. And this is what I think people are chasing. And that is the sole reason I believe Evolutions has almost tripled in value, because now that the fact that Pokemon has pretty much became pop culture again overnight, mainstream overnight, the average Joe collector cannot afford to get the nostalgia from the same cards that we collected when we were younger. The next best thing is Evolutions, and spending $400 or $500 on a booster box is well within the realm of someone in my age. It's well in the realm of possibilities of buying a few of those to chase that nostalgia of being able to unpack this Charizard that some of us may have never done as children, right? Luckily I have. Thankfully I still have mine back there in a binder, right? But that is the reason I believe Evolutions has quadrupled. And I think we could say, maybe not solely Logan Paul's, fault, if you want to say it's his fault or he is the cause of it. But I think he is at least 90% responsible for the effect, 90% responsible for the effect that what he did a few weeks ago had on Evolutions. So if you guys agree with me, please let me know down in the comments. And as always, please click that like button, that subscribe button, and hit that bell button, because there's going to be plenty more Pokemon content coming to the channel. Until next time, we'll see you then.